Guys, it's Fonzie with DipYourCar.com, world famous peelable auto paints. Now, if you're dipping your entire vehicle, there are definitely two things that you want to achieve. You want to have a durable coating that'll last a long time and be resistant to rocks and chips and debris on the road. And the second thing is you're going to want to have a coating that is easy to peel and easy to remove when it's time to change your color. And both of those criteria come down to one thing: making sure you put enough product down on your vehicle. Of course, the thicker the film that you build, the more durable it will be, the easier it will be to peel. Question comes up is how much product do you really need to put down on your vehicle? Now, there's a lot of discussions about how many coats versus how many gallons, and we're going to dive into that today. We're going to do a couple demos and really break this down for you to help you understand exactly how much you should be applying to your car. Enjoy the video. Now, one of the biggest disconnects you can run into when you're dipping your car is thinking to yourself how many coats of product you need to apply to the car before you finish. So you may be thinking, I need to have 7 coats of black Plasti Dip on my car before I'm done. Well, 7 coats to me may be very different than 7 coats to you or 7 coats to somebody else. Everybody's going to spray the product very differently. I may spray very heavy, wet, overlapping coats, and you may spray more of a medium style coat. But you may be thinking, how much of a difference can a coat really be from another coat? You're spraying the car. Well, I'm going to demonstrate that for you right now. We've got a hood right here. We're going to spray half at a time. The entire hood already has one tack coat of gunmetal gray PDS down on it now, because that's what you're going to start with no matter how you spray the car. Now we're going to do 4 coats of heavy, wet, overlapping coats on this side. Then we're going to mask it off and spray 4 medium coats over on this side. We're going to start both tests with exactly 32 ounces of product and see how much product we run through between wet overlapping and medium coats. Let's get started. Okay, after 4 wet overlapping coats, we went from here at the 32 ounce mark to right about here at about 18 ounces. So that means we use just about 14 ounces. So let's do the medium coats on the other side and see how much product we use. We're going to fill it right back up to 32 and get spraying. Both sides of the hood are dry now. We've got 4 medium coats of gunmetal here, 4 wet overlapping coats of gunmetal here, and they're both the same color. They both have full color coverage. One's obviously going to be smoother on the side where we did the wet overlapping coats versus a little bit more texture where we used the medium coats because the product is not fully wetting out. Let's go see how much product we used on the medium versus the wet. Okay, now after 4 medium style coats, the product line is right about here, which is about 25 ounces. So that's about 7 ounces worth of product versus the wet heavy coats used 14 ounces worth of product, which actually shows that we used half as much product on that hood as we did when we did the wet heavy coats. So we applied twice as much product down on the vehicle surface using wet overlapping coats versus using the medium style coats. Now think about how that translates full scale on a whole car. If you did 7 medium coats on a full car versus another person who did 7 full wet overlapping coats and then you walked away, is there going to be a big durability or more importantly a peelability difference between the two cars? That's what we're going to look at right now. So we've got the hood of our A4 here, and on this side we've got 7 coats of gunmetal gray PDS all applied using a medium style coat. On this side, we've got 7 coats of gunmetal gray PDS, all applied using a wet overlapping style coat. Now first things first, from a durability point of view, let's check to see the actual thickness difference between this side versus this side. So we're going to be using a coating thickness gauge here to show you the actual mils or the thickness of the coating on each side. And again, this is the side that we did the wet overlapping coats. This is the side that we did the medium style coats. So we'll take a couple random measurements on each side. 18 mils, 18 mils, 17.8, 18.3. Now on this side, 6.2, 5.9, 6.7, and 6.3. So as you can see, there is a massive difference in the coating's ability to build up a thickness when you do wet overlapping coats versus not allowing that product to fully wet out with your medium style coats. Now let's check the peelability. First, let's peel the side with the medium coats. Again, this was 7 medium coats of Plasti Dip. Now it is releasing. It's obviously a bit of a thinner coating. Okay. Now let's move over to the side where we did 7 wet overlapping coats. Again, the gauge showed us that this is a much thicker film, and because it's a much thicker film, it should be much easier to peel. Now as you can tell, there's a huge difference. This is a thick, durable, easily peelable coating. Now clearly there was a huge difference between the way both sides of the hood peeled off. But essentially you had 2 different people spraying their cars thinking, hey, I've got 7 coats of Plasti Dip down on my car. Based on what I've seen online, I should be good to go. But as you can tell, the way the product is applied plays a huge role in the way the product performs. When you spray wet overlapping coats, you're building up a lot more product and you're letting that product dry in thick layers over and over again. When you spray light or medium coats, you're not using half the amount of product, and it's actually drying in individual droplets, and you're not building up that thick film that's going to be more durable and peelable down the road. So what does all this mean? Not everybody can comfortably spray wet overlapping coats. That's not what it's about. What it's about is getting the proper amount of gallons down on the car. So here's how you do it. When you buy a Pro Car Kit from DipYourCar or you watch one of our videos, identify how many gallons come with that kit. And no matter how you spray, whether it's light, medium, or wet, use all of the gallons that come in the kit. Because even if you spray medium coats, you may end up doing more coats, but you're gonna put that 4 or 5 gallons down on the car and you'll have the right amount of product for durability and peelability. Now I do suggest that you practice spraying those wet overlapping coats because it is not only gonna build up coats faster, it's going to be a much smoother, flatter surface, and that's what everybody is looking for. Now, if you have any questions at all, email CustomerService@DipYourCar.com, chat with us directly on the website, or call in during business hours. If you want to dip your own car, super simple, click right up here. It'll bring you to DipYourCar.com. I hope this opened a lot of eyes for you guys. If you have any questions, we're definitely going to be here to help. It's Fonzie. I'll see you on the next video.